Hey everyone, how are you? It's me, Dr. Daniel Davids from the Traveling Physical Therapist. I'm here supporting the Senior Umbrella Network, and today we have a wonderful guest with us today, and it is Kim Kuester from 101 Mobility. Kim, how are you doing today?
Hi, how are we doing? It's such a pleasure to be here today. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you. It seems like everyone already knows who you are, which is excellent. You seem to have a great presence, which is a really wonderful thing, especially in this particular field that we're in.
Thank you.
I figured we'd like to learn a little bit about Kim and a little bit about 101 Mobility. But first, let me start with something really simple.
Yeah.
What was something that happened to you today, that made you smile?
Okay, let's see. Not going to throw me with any questions. Um, this this sweetheart of a kid. I ask this kid for favors all the time because he drives a forklift that on occasion I had an elevator delivered this morning, and the elevator comes, it's a 3-story elevator, and they want to deliver it to my back warehouse. I don't have the wherewithal. So he comes around in his little forklift and he beeps me and he does the whole travel. He just cracks me up and driving around this forklift, like in and around my warehouse, picking things up, putting things there. He's like cleans and organizes for me, and I buy him lunch. So we have a good relationship. But yeah, he always makes me smile when he's such a lovely kid. So I'm lucky I work nearby great neighbors.
That's so nice. And Kim, I think it shows a lot about your character too. That's something that makes you smile.
Sure.
Now, Kim, you're the president of 101 Mobility. Tell us, what is 101 Mobility?
Well, 101 Mobility is really a resource for people to give them solutions to have accessible and safe rooms and entryways and exits to their homes. Also offices, but we kind of do a day in the life with people, and we go through and say, what are your challenges? What is your day-to-day like? And sometimes you'll get, well, I start with leaving my bedroom with my wheelchair and I rub my knuckles on the doorways, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like door widening, you're right there, bam. It's like the simplest thing. It takes 2 hours and we widen a doorway for a man who just like rips through his knuckles on a daily basis. It's really, it's helping people that have their day in, day out seriously challenged. And when you can do one tweak, you really change the day for, day, year, month, whatever. But we do all sorts of accommodations for the home.
I love it. It sounds like you're a real problem solver. I like that a lot. Okay, and this is, I said I wasn't gonna throw any curveball, so I'm hopefully this is not too much of a curveball here, but I got to ask you: have you had any cases?
No.
You can think about this. Have you had any cases that were a little more problematic, a little more of a challenge than the usual?
Sure, of course, we get challenges every day. Like it's my saying around here is every day is a problem. It's because people are calling us with their problems to look for solutions. It's how we handle the problem that makes all the difference. And giving people options, different ideas to fix the problem. If you can't get through the door, go through the window. Like, just give people alternatives. I do a lot of work with wheelchair ramps I get a lot of calls for wheelchair ramps in Queens and Brooklyn. Well, Queens and Brooklyn, you've got the stoop, right? 4, 5, 6, 7,
Oh, yeah.
10 steps. And then you've got cement, like the square, that cement square. And then you've got the sidewalk. If I ran a ramp, I'd go straight into the middle of the road. That's a serious problem. So we have alternatives. We always have to come up with options to help somebody because look, they're looking for assistance, and we don't want to just be like Department of Motor Vehicles, go over to line 4 for a form. It's nice to be helpful. So we have things like outdoor stair lifts for our friends in Brooklyn and Queens. We do, they are, well, actually, when you'd be done with a ramp for them, it would be just as costly. But it's, an outdoor stair lift is something that does run a little bit more. I always share prices because I think nobody is born knowing about stair lifts and wheelchair ramps. So an outdoor stair lift is more in the world of $6,000, which is steep. Whereas an indoor stair lift that people routinely do day in, day out, that is installed roughly at a $3,000 mark. It's considerably less, but it's also being asked to do two different, the light workers job and that heavy duty job. So those are just and those are real challenges for people in Brooklyn and Queens with outdoor limited spacing. We also do vertical platform lifts, but again, that's an elevator now alongside the stoop, the staircase. So we have different options.
And I had the opportunity to go through your website, which is very easy to navigate. I appreciate that. A great website. So,
lots of good colors, like the greens always around.
Yes. And that's 101mobility.com in case anyone wants to check it out.
Yes.
So I was able to check out your website, and I saw that you guys had a blog post about, does Medicare cover, a stair chair? And you said it doesn't. Do you think that's going to change in the next?
Well, no. I know where it's great. Everybody asks the questions. They are considered environmental modifications within a Medicare. Okay. But it's very, very complicated. There's roadblocks thrown up at every instance. We are private pay for the very reason that there's so many different policies, and people have pooled trusts. People have different types of insurances in addition to Medicaid. And so there are a lot of different sources out there, as well as agencies and organizations that support financially. And then in addition, we also give people the option of rentals. So sometimes instead of a chunk of, a $3,000 payment, they can divvy it up, especially beneficial to people who only need it for a recuperation time period, like 6 months or, even a year. It's not a financial commitment.
That's wonderful. So. And Kim, just shifting the topic a little bit, how did you get into something like this?
Yeah, I know, it's pretty crazy. Well, to start, let's see, I guess it was really based on my family. I grew up in Queens. My dad was an attorney. I followed in his footsteps. I was part of, really a whole protecting the side. He originally was a cop. I skipped over that and I went right into the DA's office. So I was a prosecutor for 5 years before I had my kids. And when I, at the same time as having my own little ones, I called the little kids, and then I had my big kids, my dad, my mother, and then my grandmother. The big kids were squawking more than the little kids were, but it was that balance and that juggle. So I was a primary caretaker for everyone. And, it's like running a tight ship. And I was at the discharge planners table saying, oh, dad's being discharged Thursday. How is he getting in the house? And that's the phone call I get all the time. So I've been in the seats that so many adult children, let's say, are in, or even I get the calls from individuals at rehab centers themselves. And, I want to go home, and they say, I can't go home until I have a wheelchair ramp installed. I understand. We're going to turn this around as quickly as possible. Give me your address. We'll send you a quote, and then we work from there. So, we're just trying to be there. And I feel for these people, right? I mean, come on, they're just trying to have the independence, live the life that they always led. And now all of a sudden there's a hurdle. And so we're here to give them some tools to tweak the hurdle a little bit, make it a little bit easier.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah.
Lower the hurdle even.
Lower the hurdle. Give it a ramp.
Make a Great minds. I like that. Okay, so I have a question for you. If you could stand on top of a mountain and you have the entire senior community, both the older adults and also the people who are working, myself and the other people of the Senior Umbrella Network, what would you say to everyone about this? What advice would you put out there?
Really just take it step by step. Don't don't try to eat the whole salami at once. It's not going to work. Take it in slices. Okay. So and I really do, I feel very strongly about the day in the life. Like, where is your first most serious hurdle that you have in your day? That bathing, that bathtub, that is very, very serious. It's, we can give you a solution with that, to just cut out a tub cutout. It's done. I do it so often in combination with a stair lift. In one afternoon, I can give you like an even playing field to get in the tub and a ride downstairs on a chair. And, it's really there. Those are the economical ways to stay in your house safely for as long as you choose to stay there. I mean, it's a game changer and things like that. So I would definitely say take one step at a time, but like, take that step. Don't allow it to be overwhelming, because it can be. But that first, and gather information. That's the hugest component of this. Everything we do is free evaluations. Have that in your email box. Just have the information, have the quote there. Have it so that when the discharge planner says being discharged Thursday, you say, oh my God, what was her name? Kim Kuester, 101 Mobility. And you just, wheelchair ramp, and you can pick that up, and I can be out there then, if I can. The fastest turnaround I did is a day, but I don't want to share that, because don't expect a day turnaround. But yeah, we did a stair lift. I got a call at like 3:00 in the afternoon, and the next morning I installed a guy's stair lift. He was so sweet too. So yeah.
I bet he was very appreciative also.
Yeah, it was for his mother. He tugged on my heartstrings too. But I mean, you don't need to tug. If I have it available, please, by all means, you're more than welcome to it. It's scheduling and keeping your employees happy and healthy and happy to be at work. And they really love what they do too. I make it very, very obvious that they are background checked. They all have their 101 Mobility logo wear. They are, I do criminal background checks. I do, that's the whole DA's office part of me, right? No, driving records, everything. I mean, I'm putting my people, I really have to trust and into the most susceptible homes, right? We really are, we're given an awesome responsibility, and you have to be able to trust someone and really have someone that's accountable. I'll tell you, I'm not a huge outfit. I only have 8 employees, but those 8 employees have years and years of experience in doing this, and they are some of the greatest people ever. So I am nothing without the people that support me, and they are out there every day making me look good. So that's what I count as my huge blessing. And one of my guys, his name's Blessings.
Oh,
Truth.
That's awesome. And I love, and just, I know I said this before, that I think it says a lot about your character when you were talking about the gentleman in the forklift. I think the pride that you have towards your staff and that they're good. They've been doing this for a long time, and how you take care. I think that says a lot too. And I'm sure that trickles down from you to them, and then to the work that they do as well. So that's great.
We have to be appreciative of the work that we do. We're very, very fortunate to be able to help people every day. Mm-hmm. And, it's just so much more than making 50 cents on a cup of coffee. It really drives your day in, day out of appreciation and just being fortunate to be in this line of work. I mean, we all we're caregivers across the board, and you yourself, David. I mean, come on, you don't do this just off a whim. You do it because it's personal. I'm taking care of my mom or dad and every grandmother, for that part, at every house that we go into.
That's no one. I don't think anyone in the senior care field. Hopefully, no one should be doing this primarily for the money. It's good that you make money, you have a living, but no one should be doing this primarily for the money. And I think that shines very clearly through with what you're saying.
Well,
all right, I have a question for Kim, for you, Kim, not President Kim, but for Kim Kuester here. Let's say you found, I have to come up with an amount of money that might be good, like say $10,000. You found $10,000. No one's claiming it. You can't return it. You can't donate it. You have to spend it on Kim Kuester. What do you do with that money?
I install an elevator in my house so that people can see it as a demo and I can have an elevator in my house.
I love that. That's fun. I like you brought it back to work. That's funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, because people always say, can I come and, ride the elevator at the warehouse? No, I don't have an elevator here. I install them in people's houses, but then that's kind of funny to be like, knock, 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 Billy Joel, can I please try that elevator out? No, you have to go through security, So, but no, really, it's that would be a fun thing, right? I mean,
Yes, and let me just tell you, if I was visiting Billy Joel's house, the elevator would probably it'd be one stop that I make. It probably wouldn't be. I'd probably have a lot more.
Well, they're cool. They're like George Jetson cylinders, and you see all through the fiberglass. It's like really cool.
So Kim, I have this book here, and I absolutely love this book. I bought this thing for $5 at Five Below. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's called 2,000 Questions About Me. But it's not going to be about me. I'm actually going to ask you some questions. I'd like for you to pick a number between 0 and 2,000.
10.
Okay. And why 10?
Because I'm 5'10", I wear a size shoe 10, and my husband says I'm a 10 of a 10.
I like it.
Yeah, he likes to get through the day too.
Okay, this is a little on the person. It's a relationship type of question. So you can say pass, and we'll cut this
Go
part.
ahead. I probably won't.
What is the quality you most like in a man?
Oh, that's so easy. It's my husband. Pick yourself up from your bootstraps and make some. Don't tell me about what was given. What did you earn?
I love it. It. Okay, I got. Why don't you pick another number? 0 to 2,000.
2,000.
Last one. Okay.
Making it easy for you, David.
I appreciate it. What is the last thing someone talked you into doing that you didn't want to do? What's the last time you got talked into something?
My daughter just turned 21. And for her 24th birthday, she was to inherit my mother's engagement ring. Oh. And so it was a big thing. And, I lost my job. My job taking care of my older family members ended. Right. That's like, that was bye. So I went up to college to visit her. I surprised her. She had no idea she was getting it, but I had it set in a single necklace and it was beautiful. And I said, okay, now give it back. Like, happy birthday, now give it back. And she said, you cannot give me something this meaningful and sentimental and turn around in the car and go back home. So it took some time, but she wore me down, and I gave it to her September 10th. And see, 10 is a big number in my house.
There you go.
And she's bringing it home on Friday. The agreement was that she would keep it and wear it for the month, and then it would come back home, because I'm like, you do not live the lifestyle of someone who should be wearing, grandma's engagement ring.
Thousands of dollars around your neck.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not at 21. I'm like, oh, she killed me. But I understood where she was coming from too. She is like, you can't be an Indian giver. So yeah. So I gave her a little pause, and that was the negotiation. It's always a negotiation, right? There's no zero-sum game ever. Everybody has to be a little bit about something. Then everything that means it's a good outcome.
Fair. I like that. Now, Kim, I have a 5-year-old little girl. So I got some time until I have to be concerned with that stuff.
Oh, she's going to be negotiating with you every day. And I know she is.
Absolutely. Maybe you'll give me some advice as we go. Maybe that might be helpful for me in life.
Anytime.
Thank you. Well, Kim, thank you very much for your time. Kim is the president of 101 Mobility, who they take care of home modifications in Nassau, Suffolk, Queens, and Brooklyn. If you want to reach out to them, www.101mobility.com, or you can just give them a call, 516-500-3100. Kim, is there anything else I forgot? Please shout it out. I'd love to make sure that we get as many people.
I think we covered our ramps, our stair lifts, our home modification, our vertical platform lifts, our elevators, and We do rentals as well as sales, so we're here for any information that I can share for any organization, any way I can be a resource. If it's something that I can't do, I will find you somebody that's trusted that can do it to help.
Perfect. Kim, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. And I know everyone else does. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
time.
And thank you as well. Have a great afternoon. You stay well.